the government and the Prime Minister no less tried to create this as an Aapada mein Afsar, broadened the scope of the discussion, and in a fairly long speech, he started off by saying that this is not our floor test, this is their floor test. There is no trust motion because these people are lucky for us. You know, the sort of the commentary of the Prime Minister was very clearly addressed to a constituency ahead of the elections. And you can also call it a pre-election speech. And why do I say this? You will soon know. He then said NDA and BJP will break all poll records. The more opposition attacks me, the more I succeed. The Prime Minister predicted another opposition-led trust vote in 2028. He then says that the India alliance is new paint on an old failed machine, and that's a very significant point, that he says that this name INDIA is actually NDA with two I's. I means I, me. So that was the correlation that he drew. He says Congress has a history of tearing apart India, and the same they have done in the abbreviation called I.N.D.I.A. So as you can see again, the fielding was set on Manipur, and the hits were way beyond Manipur, because in a no trust vote you can actually talk about anything. And in a no trust vote, where the government has a majority, an overarching majority of 336 MPs, you see what happens is that the time to speak is allotted proportionate to the number of MPs that you have. With more MPs, the BJP got more time. They spoke more, and they spoke about very many things. The Prime Minister then says the opposition set the fielding, and that's where he used the cricket analogy which we are extending right here on this show. The opposition set the fielding, the government hit the sixes. Opposition kept saying no ball, we hit the century. He then says party over nation for the opposition. For them it is party over the nation. Opposition is power hungry, have given a scam-free government. Now this is something which has repeatedly been challenged by the opposition. He says the Congress declared banks of this country dead, we cleared the non-performing assets or the NPAs. The Congress believed in Pakistan, not Kashmiris. Earlier terrorists used to kill, they did not act. All these points that were made. While up to this moment, for about, his speech was about 2 hours and 15 minutes, till that point he had not spoken on Manipur. And the moment the opposition walked out is when the Prime Minister started speaking about Manipur. So there was a mention in the Prime Minister's speech on Manipur, but by then the opposition had walked out. And this too was used by the government as an opportunity to say that they do not want to discuss Manipur, and they want to run away from the Manipur debate, that they did not have the patience to listen to the discourse on Manipur. So in this game of cricket, because the Prime Minister used a cricket analogy, so have we, with an opposition's fielding in a no trust vote on the issue of Manipur, with the intention that they will corner the government on Manipur, and with the government and their batting, what is your assessment on who has scored better? I think the jury is still out on this.